There's a couple people that come to mind when she says they have one candidate in mind. The first one there is obviously Newsom. Y'all know how I feel about him. The second one that comes to mind is Pete Buttigieg, specifically because she used the word safe. Now, Pete Buttigieg was a mayor of a small town in Indiana. If Pete Buttigieg wasn't a gay man, he never ascends to national popularity the way he did. They found a gay dude from a red state in a small town and said, this is our fucking mascot now. They made him a presidential candidate when he was no way in hell qualified. By the way, doesn't hurt that he had CIA ties. Might have had something to do with it there. They made him a presidential candidate in the national conversation. Then they gave him the Secretary of Transportation job, for which he also wasn't qualified for. The guy was the definition of DEI, the same way Tim Walz was DEI for quote-unquote straight white males, right? He's not qualified. He also creeps people out. There's just something about the guy is weird. I talked to Monty Scott about that when he was on the air a couple weeks ago. Monty Scott's an independent swing voter, types of people they need to win. He agreed with me. The guy was just creepy and weird. Didn't know what it was. Just something you couldn't put your finger on. Kind of like Tim Walz, Coach Sandusky, Tampon Tim, whatever you want to call him. He's the same way. Pete Buttigieg is not electable in the United States. I'm not saying that no one would vote for a gay president. They wouldn't vote for that gay president, though. The other name that's coming up is J.B. Pritzker. J.B. Pritzker is a billionaire governor of Illinois. By the way, hilarious. They stop hating billionaires when the billionaires are voting and donating to Democratic campaigns. And you bet your fucking ass if they ever got the taxes on billionaires through like they promised, magically, the campaign donors on the left would somehow find some loopholes that would make them immune to these new tax codes. If they might even help write them for all we know. People like Mark Cuban, people like George Soros, people like Bill Gates, people like J.B. Pritzker, who a lot of people think might run for president. Now, do yourselves a favor. If you're on your phone, if you're listening on audio, Google J.B. Pritzker real quick. Let me tell you, that guy ain't running for nothing. He's not running for president. Okay, J.B. Pritzker. Now, just because he's not running for president doesn't mean he's not going to walk for president while stopping to catch his breath several times along the way. Maybe we can let J.B. Pritzker ride in a rascal scooter for president, but I promise you he's not running. That doesn't mean his name's not in the national conversation, though. This is what J.B. Pritzker had to say at a at a rally a couple weeks ago. Check this out.
Never before in my life have I called for mass protests, for mobilization, for disruption, but I am now. These Republicans cannot know a moment of peace. They have to understand that we will fight their cruelty with every megaphone and microphone that we have. We must castigate them on the soapbox and then punish them at the ballot box.
That's someone who's throwing his name in the hat. They trotted that idiot out after rampaging against billionaires. By the way, while their billionaire donors were sitting up in the skybox seats while the peons were down in the cheap seats at the DNC back in 2024. And he bragged about how he had more money than Donald Trump. Like the pure hypocrites with absolutely no principles, the Democrats are. The Republicans can never know a moment of peace. That's what he said. And I quote, end quote. Gee, that's a real great way to turn people onto your cause there. People that are already concerned you're a bunch of unhinged, violent lunatics. Let's use language like, and I understand he's talking politically, not physically, but let's use language like that. Never know a moment of peace. Sure, keep that up. Keep trotting idiots like Crockett out. Keep trotting out that violent rhetoric and watch what happens to you in the midterms. Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw, be sure to click the link in the description to get the full episode on Rumble. If you prefer to listen along, you could actually get us on Spotify, Spreaker, and iHeartRadio. You can also go to www.outlawstreamers.com to learn more about not just my show, but tons of other great shows and all the exciting projects they have coming up. Follow my socials at Caleb Isn't Funny on Twitter and Instagram, at Caleb Salvatore Comedy on the Chinese Spy app that is TikTok, and be sure to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Thanks, and we'll see you every Saturday for brand new episodes of That's Based. Peace.